Hello. Welcome back, everyone. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. In this video, I'll be sharing three things. Number one, the trade I entered last week that I opened and closed. The second thing that I'll be sharing is the trade I have currently running that I am still open, that still have open. Okay, basically. And then lastly, I'll be talking about my top trade setup moving into next week. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into the video. So first off, I would like to start with USD CAD. So USD CAD is a trade I opened since Monday last week, as you can see right here. Okay, it was opened right here. Okay, I got in right here. Unfortunately for me, the market actually went up. When it got to this place, I partial closed the best part of it. And when NFP, the average hourly earnings and the unemployment rate, when they all came out on Friday, which all of them actually came favoring dollars, and we all see what happened to the price moving forward. You can see that dollar actually went up drastically, and that really helped my trade. Okay, that really helped my USD CAD trade very well. It went up very smoothly. So I also partial closed at the top here, moving into partial closed at the top here on Friday, and then moving to next week. Okay, I still have a couple of trade setup on this one, which I'll be sharing with us later. But then moving forward, this is a trade I have running. I've closed best part of this trade actually. Okay, and secondly, I have Aussie dollar, which is the first one that was actually here. So the first plan is on Aussie dollar. I made quite a very judgmental decision, okay, which is quite personal. So the first thing was I didn't really get an A plus setup on this one. It wasn't an A plus, so I risked quite little on Aussie dollar trade. Okay. However, as time goes on, I decided to just let the trade run. Okay, and following up on what happened on Friday, the news again, and you can see that Aussie dollar actually dropped all the way down back to this zone right here. Okay, which is a very interesting zone because right here we have it as resistance. Okay, and at the bottom where we have is a support. So with Aussie dollar retesting it again, using it as support, is it going to be a very strong one, or is it going to be a zone that will just be broken the moment the market open in the next couple of hours? All right, I don't know, but I would like to see what happened moving forward. So those are the two trades I have going on right now. Okay, I didn't open quite a lot because I didn't really get my A plus setup this past week. However, going into next week, excuse me, I have some really important and very interesting setup. So first off, I'm going to be starting with DXY. So what do we have on DXY right here? So first thing you notice on DXY, and you can also know, you will definitely notice all of these on other major pairs, where is the fact that DXY made a very big run to the upside since Monday, I guess. Okay, since they made this double bottom right here, it went up without looking back. This is an extensive move. Okay, it's pure extension. All right, and we've seen something like that right here before. Okay, if you go back in time, you will see that DXY sometimes make this kind of move, and they always come after some sort of a chart pattern. You can see right here we have double top. Right here we have something similar to double top as well. All right here we have double bottom as noticed earlier. So when DXY make this kind of move, you can also forecast that there will be a pullback looming or coming up soonest basically. Okay, because after this extension, you can see we have a very nice pullback, okay, before it continue to go down. And then after this second extension as well, okay, the market dropped very hard without any serious pullback. That's what I mean by extension. You will see that we had another pullback, right? And then this is again we are having right now. So I'm also forecasting that there's a possibility that the market is going to come back to this zone before it continue to go back to the upside. All right, if that is what is going to happen to dollar this coming week. So what I'll be doing right now is quite basic and simple. The first thing is I will be deleting this trend line because it's been violated a couple of times, so there's no point in holding on to it. And secondly, I will be mapping out a couple of interesting structure right at the top here. Okay, at least I would love to see dollar index move back to retesting this broken structure before we can see a further move to the upside in the nearest future. So I'm gonna be deleting this. It doesn't make sense anymore. This thing kind of hold water. Okay, but I'm not sure the one I deleted earlier would hold any water anyways. So this is another structure at the top that I believe could or would be retested in the coming week. And then we have the main deal at the top here. Okay, the reason why I have a multiple structure is that sometimes you will hardly see dollar index actually do a proper pullback. Like you can see here, we have we have a low and we have a pullback. Now on a normal day, I would have loved to see dollar index actually move back to retesting this broken structure, or at least come back to this particular fake out of some sort right there. But you see what happened, right? The market didn't pull back to that level. It only came down to this place. It came back up to this area before it dropped down again. And then after that, we had another structure at the bottom here, which was the previous support. And you would just expect DXY to do what? To pull back to that zone, isn't it? Yes. But that was not the case either. You see what happened? It just came a little bit to the top, just a few pips shy away from retesting this particular structure. And what happened when the market dropped down again? Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if I see something like this a bit shy away from this area before it started going back up. But the takeaway from this analysis or from this chart is that there is a possibility of what there is a pullback, there is a possibility for a pullback. Okay, just a pullback possibility, and that is exactly what I will be looking forward to this coming month. And if you check the RSI indicator as well, it is signaling a very huge overbought. You can even see that it went all the way up to 780 80 so 80 85 86 to the top right here. I'm going to spot that right now before I actually continue. Okay, I'm going to see if I can spot this stop right here. Exactly, we have it at 82. Yes, I think we have it at 82. Where's the coordinate again? 82.44. That is a very huge overbought right there. Okay, so this is a level to pay close attention to, as you can see right at the top there. So there is a possibility of a pullback. All right, and that is exactly what I will be looking forward to this coming week. And if I can, if possible, that we get this pullback, okay, it's gonna confluence with retesting the trend line, okay, and also it will be retesting this broken structure right here, okay, this previously resistant. I think we're gonna have to call it resistant because the market went back up to this place, come down, retest it again, then come down. So we can call it a resistance zone in a way, okay, and actually that is what it is. All right, so it might come all the way down here, retesting it and using it as support before we see it move further to the upside. So that will be my plan on DXY moving forward into next week. So moving forward to the major pairs and taking them one after the other to see if there is any setup. Okay, I actually believe there's a couple of setup moving forward to next week. So I'll quickly circle back to USD card right now, and I'm going to delete that. So first thing first, I would love to see USD card actually pull back very nicely, at least back to this broken structure before we see it actually retesting this previous support area. Okay, it's a daily stroke 4-hour support area right there. And let me quickly take the chart back to the 4-hour band, or let me even take it to the 8-hour time frame so we can see what I'm saying very clearly. As you can see right here, the market range for over 3 to 4 months. Okay, it ranged for a very long time, and it was successfully broken in August, middle of August, and it was retested in the middle of September, and it just came back down, retesting this previous zone right here. As you can see at the bottom here, you can see the same thing. Okay, the market came back to this zone. Okay, it was few pips shy from retesting it the first time in September. In late August, but in September it properly retested it, and now it's going back up. So there is a possibility we are going to get a retest of this area first before we can determine is USD CAD going to continue to go up, or it will just rebound from here and then start to go down. All right, we don't know what's going to happen, but I would love to see how this goes. So my basic plan on this one is to wait and see if I can get a pullback in this coming week. All right, and I will go long on this one. All right, on Aussie dollar is also quite a very basic one. Okay, first thing first, I would love to see a rebound from that area, retesting this zone before we can look for a further sell-off. All right, and that would be quite intermittent. I don't want a very fast-paced pullback. I want something that looks like a flag pattern, something that I can easily follow. You understand what I'm saying? So if I get a pullback like this, that will make a little bit of a much better sense, and I would just structurally adjust my trend line, and it's gonna look like this. All right, from where it was before. But until then, I would still keep everything as it is. Okay, I'm still gonna keep everything as it is, but I will possibly leave this one as I'll possibly leave this pullback right here just to keep me in a very comfortable zone. This trade already is being trailed. Okay, it's being traded in very small profit, to be honest. I think my trailing stop should be somewhere around here right now, just in case, because we had almost 24-hour range right here. So my trailing stop is somewhere inside here. I can't really remember, but I know for sure that I started trailing this trade very early. I mean, later on Friday after the news was released, and maybe 3-4 hours after the news. That's when I started trading this trade. So that's that on Aussie dollar. Moving forward to pound USD. So what is the plan on pound USD? Pound USD was a pair that I was actually looking forward to take a short trade. On Friday, I was expecting it to come all the way back to 50%. But then before then, I was expecting to touch 50% and then take a short trade targeting this zone right at the top, at the bottom here. However, that didn't happen. I actually touched 45% Fibonacci retracement level. It touched 0.45, let's put it that way, which is at 1.3175. It touched that zone, that level, that price level, before it dropped, and that drop was quite sporadic, was fast, because it was induced by the news. Okay, it was caused by the news, so I couldn't get an opportunity to take this short trade. However, you can see there is an immediate pullback happening right now, so this is actually very good for me. It's very good for me because it's giving me another opportunity to take a short trade. The main reason why I might not take this short trade basically is because from here to here is actually very short. Okay, I would have loved it better if I can target this bottom here, but at the same time, of course, I'm not going to use a very tight take profit for sure, but my stop loss will be very intact. Okay, so let's assume I take this short trade right here, the market open, my stop is above here, there will be no TP. Okay, my ultimate target will be right at the bottom here for sure. Okay, this will be where I will be looking for my TP. Okay, however, I'm still looking forward to taking this trade because you can see so far this RSI indicator is still staying below 50%. So it's still, to me, it's still signaling oversold. All right, so I don't like taking a sell trade when the market is currently oversold. At least I would like to see it cross over the 50% over to overbought level. Okay, if it cross above that, then that give me a better signal, and it's something I can easily trust to taking a short trade following the obvious and established trend. But as the case may be, this is going to be the plan. Okay, this is going to be the plan on uh, pound dollar. Okay, it's going to look like this, provided that it fell further. Okay, we'll look into that, and if possible that instead you actually just break above this zone. Okay, if possible that you just break above this zone right here, and we get a more bullish move to the upside. Okay, I'll possibly look into this buy and then take a sell trade moving forward. Okay, don't forget this is a 2-hour time frame. By the time I take it a little bit down notch to maybe 1 hour, which is the lowest time frame I normally go, by the time I take it to the 1 hour bands, I will see a better entry, smaller stop loss, and I will still be able to get one to 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio moving forward, which will be what I will be looking into this coming week. All right, that's all I have on pound dollar. It's two-way, but both of the ways, I mean, both ways, uh, one is short term buy trade, then I go or sell, and this other one is just straight up sell position moving forward. All right, but don't forget, I'm still very concerned about the oversold area of the RSI. Okay, if that's properly settled by next week, okay, I believe I will be looking into a sell trade much earlier than necessary. All right, so moving forward to NZD USD right now. NZD-USD is another pair that looks exactly like Aussie dollar. I missed out on this one also. And why did I miss out? Because of this range. Okay, what I noticed earlier was the obvious range right here. You can see we have multiple bottom right here, and then we have multiple top. I was actually anticipating for what? A break to the upside, a pullback, then I would go long. All right, however, that didn't happen. I had like multiple tops right here. The market broke out, pullback, and then dropped down here. Okay, I could have taken another sell here. Okay, because I watched all of this play out right in front of me, but I couldn't pick it because it didn't fit into my trading system properly. They did not fit in, so I had to just watch them play out. But and then on Friday, I was also anticipating for a pullback to this zone. The same thing I was doing on Aussie dollar, then so I can take a sell trade. However, that didn't happen either. The NFP just came and it all went bananas moving forward. I mean, from there, it all just went bananas. So now I'm still quite patient, okay, and I would love to see how all of this goes. But for me to take a better sell trade, I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback to that zone before. Then I will go short. Okay, then I'll go short. I think there is enough room at the bottom to take a short trade on Kiwi dollar. Okay, there is more than enough room, as you can see. Right here we have room at the bottom here, we have room right here. As a matter of fact, we have some more rooms here, but it's already at the monthly support, because if you check the monthly band, you notice that Kiwi dollar is just what is just ranging. The same thing as Aussie dollar, the same thing as Euro dollar. They are ranging on the monthly band, the weekly band, they are all ranging. I think it's only GU pound dollar that is not ranging on the monthly band. Okay, and let me quickly show that to you before I actually go, so you know what I'm trying to say. So this is the monthly time frame, as you can see right here. Okay, you can see it's more like a range. All right, you can see we have a top here, we have double top, we have multiple bottom, and you can see it's kind of shrinking together. You can see from here we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, and then since then the market has strengthened since 2023. Right here you can see we now have two very tight highs and lows. This is where I am trading in currently since 2023. Okay, and if anyone has ever taken a trade on Kiwi dollar, they are all playing inside this box. All right, which is not bad. We just need to know what we are playing in. Okay, we need to know the pitch, the ground that we are playing in. This is a leveled ground. Okay, although all these candles, all these red candles, they are probably a very good sell. They're definitely a very good sell. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, you see that they all move very quite. I mean, they all move quite well to the downside. So just to put ourselves in a very confined and very interesting understanding, okay, to have a better and a clearer understanding on the market momentum and to understand the market structure that we're trading in. Right, currently we are trading a consolidating, okay, consolidating market basically, or let's say consolidative state, as the case may be. I believe we all understand what I am trying to say. Okay, so all of that said, let's go back to our usual time frame, which is a 2 hour band, where I actually love to analyze, and I like to execute my trade on the 1 hour band. So on the 1 hour band, you can see right there, it looks like the market is never going to pull back up, but let's see. All right, let's wait and see if it's going to go back up or it's never going to go back up. But we'll see one way or the other, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm going back to the 2 hour time frame now, and I'm jumping to Euro dollar. If you go back on the monthly band on Euro dollar as well, you will see what I'm saying. Okay, it's in a very big fat range. Okay, if big fat range that ended up shrinking together. Let's take a look at that, to fulfill our righteousness or something. So this is what I'm saying. You can see we had a very big lower lows and lower highs, right? and then all of a sudden we have something like this. Okay, and since 2023 again, we've been playing inside this very tight knit range. I mean, when you have a range for over a year and a half, okay, you can be rest assured that that is a very clear range. All right, that's a very clear range, and you can see even right here, okay, you can see it actually ranged for a very long time before it dropped down to less than 1%, less than I mean, when euro actually fell so low that dollar got an advantage against it. Okay, it fell below one euro per dollar. Okay, I mean, yeah, 1 euro per dollar, yeah, something like that. It fell below 1 euro per dollar, so it was quite a significant time. I was in there. I think it was, yeah, it was definitely last year when all of this happened, and I was quite watching. And it actually rebounded in a couple of weeks after that, and right now we have a range. So let me go back to 2 hours. I'm not going back to the monthly band again. So moving forward, the thing is still the same here. Okay, the plan is still the same. Wait for pullback right here, take a sell to this area, or wait for a much deeper pullback to retesting the zone, and then take a sell to the downside. All right, so this is gonna be my plan on this one. Okay, so is it that I take a sell from here? Okay, let me reduce this. Did I take a possible sell trade from there, or maybe a sell trade from here? But we're going to see how it goes. Definitely, when the market get to this top right here, okay, that it's not just gonna keep moving forward like but one candlestick that will just keep jumping up and down. It doesn't work that way. Okay, we're still gonna see some price action move. Okay, some market structure on lower time frame right inside this box. Okay, and if it's going to break above, we're going to see it, and I might take a buy trade, believe me, on the 1 hour time frame. This should be like 80 pips plus. Okay, I should be able to take one or two one trade basically on this one if it ends up breaking above here, and I see a very nice price action move here. I will take a buy trade, just a near-term buy trade, before I now start looking for a sell trade. However, if you change direction totally and then I see a break above here also, of course I have to follow the trend. I will see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Why am I not to continue with the buy trade? I mean, it is what it is. It is what I do. Okay, when the market was up here, I wait for pullback. I took a buy right here. If not because it ranges a little bit, actually took multiple trades right here. I got trade out here, I took another buy here, and I got some very good profit there. And I stopped because I already see a very clear range. All right, I stopped trading euro dollar something around to 28th of last month until 20. I mean between 18th to 22nd or 24th of last month. That's when I stopped trading euro dollar because of this range band right here, which is quite obvious for every single one of us. All right, so that said, this is the plan on euro dollar. I would love to see how this goes. Okay, I would love to see how this goes. And if it fall below here without pulling back, I'll wait for pullback. Okay, the plan is to always wait for pullback. If I see a very sharp pullback right here, I will definitely go further with the sell. You can see we have a lower low, we have a very sharp pullback, market drop down. I know this is all influenced by the news, of course, but at the same time, with a smaller news coming next week, okay, I think if I get this other setup right at the bottom here, I will take a very short time trade, okay, very short term trade. But before then, I would love to see the RSI actually cross over to 50 for me to take a sell. I didn't take this sell because there were no crossover. You understand? There were no crossover, so I had to just wait. I had to just wait for the RSI as the last piece in the pot. Okay, as the last piece in the pot. And if I should go back to euro dollar right now to see, I mean the Aussie dollar trade I pick it on 1 hour. So let's go back to the 1 hour. You see the reason why I was able to take this trade right here. Okay, I took this trade here because moving forward, I mean from the top right here, there was a pullback. You understand? There was a pullback right here. The market dropped. So when the crossover right here is still quite, it's kind of crossed at the top right there. That's why I took this trade. Okay, and I saw these two things. I just took the trade. I just went in. All right, because of the sharp and very fast pullback that also reflected on the RSI. I keep RSI as a ray of confluence. It really does help when I use it according to the chart. I mean according to the market momentum and also following the trend. It really works well. moving forward. So second to the last pair I'll be checking is USD JPY. I mean, with the so many fundamentals on USD on Japanese in this past couple of weeks. Okay, because we have the instrument, or let's say the elected new prime minister in Japan. He had a very bearish, or let's say a dovish outlook on yen. Okay, he still wants to cut. I think he was talking about cutting rate or hiking rate. I can't really remember what he was talking about, because he last week Thursday or Friday, but sometimes last week, he visited the central bank, the Bank of Japan. He had a conversation with Ueda, which is the governor of the Bank of Japan. He was talking about cutting rate or increasing rate. I can't really tell right now, because I stumbled on that news, and it was definitely about interest rate. Okay, and probably said it's gonna cut rate. I can't really tell right now, but or maybe it's gonna hike it. Something, you understand? So he definitely had a conversation with Ueda, and it was quite meaningful to an extent. But and I guess we can also see USD JPY is changing shape. All right, it's changing form gradually, and it's moving back to the upside. Probably is trying to continue the bullish momentum. All right, that stopped some weeks back. So if that is what is happening right here, I mean, who am I to come? Who are we to come against that? We just have to follow the momentum as it presents, or as it presents itself. Okay, so and that's what I'm gonna do. So that is the reason why you have that very sharp or tiny pullback drawing right there. I just want the market to come back here, and by so doing, I want to see the RSI also cross below 50, and then I will look for buy trade moving forward. Okay, it's actually very simple. We already have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I mean, why am I not to take the new high? All right, I didn't take this because of the news, first off, and secondly, because it's facing a very strong support zone. But since it got broken to the upside, I mean, the best plan is to wait for pullback and then just follow the trend. And if, okay, if possible, or let's say peradventure, the market break below here and pull back nicely, I mean, I would just wait for the break below here, another pullback that will make it lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I will take a sell back to this weekly support right there. Okay, but if it's either I take a sell or I take a buy on this one, no other plan. All right, it's either it looks like this. Give me a minute. All right, the first time I'm actually using Epic Pen, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. So first thing is I want to see something like this, and then I'll take a sell right there. Okay, if I get to see something like this, if it play exactly like this, all right, I will be taking a sell right at the bottom here. Okay, right at the bottom here. Don't forget, I take my sell, I take my position on the 1 hour band. All right, so I'll be looking for short trade right at the bottom there. So this is the plan. Okay, do I look for buy trade or a sell trade based on the market structure, based on the price action that follows the pullback, and that would really, really guide my thought into the next trade next week, of course. So all of that said, I guess this is the plan on USD JPY. I have almost the same thing on UGJ. If time permits me, I'm gonna check that in a few minutes. So for now, let's go straight into the almighty gold. So as you can see right at the top there, gold has been ranging since the 23rd of September. It's been ranging right at the top here since they make a new high, all-time high at 2,685. We had a new all-time high, and it was quite a memorable one. We've seen gold actually break all the chains, break every single boundaries, and with the impediment war and the chaos, the geopolitical tension in the Middle East, it is really fueling both oil and gold, and Iran coming to the mix, coming into the game. I mean, not quote unquote, I'm actually air quoting here, with they said a proxy war with the Hezbollah is a proxy war from Iran or something. I don't know, I don't want to get into all of that, but now they're actually forefronting the war themselves. They launched a very dreadful attack on Israel last week, which was quite impactful on oil. All right, and we saw, because the impact on oil is that we saw oil actually spike up really hard, and now they said if Israel retaliates, they're gonna launch a much harder and crazier one. I'm not sure how Israel is taking that information, but as at right now that I'm recording this video on Sunday, the time is where's the time currently? Time is 5:26. Israel hasn't launched any official nuclear war, any nuclear weapon, or any ballistic missile, whatever kind of weapon or missile, whatever they want to launch. They've not launched anything into Iran as of now. All right, it might be in the next 2 minutes and we hear it. I don't know, but all I've heard so far is that Beirut has been bombarded with Israel, and all of this will fuel good, because when there is chaos, when there is all this kind of war, everything is unstable. That is when you see gold actually try, because it is safe haven asset. You see investors will rush into it, run into it, try to take advantage of it, try to, because I mean it's just there to be taken advantage of. It's quite that easy. All right, so moving forward, the plan is plain and simple. I'm still quite bullish, okay, on gold, but to take a buy, first of all, I would like to see the market actually come break above the all-time high, probably pull back quite for some minutes or maybe a couple of hours before it continues to go up. I will look for a buy trade right at the top here, and if it break below here, pull back nicely, I guess maybe, you know, when you see a range at the top here after a very long term bullish momentum, maybe it's about time to retrace. I'm not going to say reverse, because before good can actually reverse, it has to cross below 2,300 for a starter. Okay, it has to cross below this zone right here. You have to see something like this, lower low, lower high. I mean, it has to cross below 2,400 to even begin with. Okay, before we can start saying, okay, gold is reversing. Because if you check the monthly band on gold, I think I can go into that. If you check the monthly band on gold, you'll see a very serious push. All right, this is not, before we can say gold is reversing, I mean reversal, we have to see this and this. I mean, it has to cross below 2,400 to start with, and then we can now say, okay, it's reversing. All right, and the area, the junction for that reverse should be maybe 2,100, okay, dollars. 2,100. That would be a very good area to take a break at, right at the top here, before we now see it continue to go up. But as it stands now, could continue to go up. It kept on going up, and it is what it is. Okay, all we have to do is just follow the momentum. As a trend trader, that is all I do. Okay, so moving back to the 2-hour band, you can see gold. I've explained what I'm planning to do on gold, but let me see if I can draw it out for people at the back. Okay, so right here, I'm looking for a break above there, a very nice and decent pullback, then all the way to the top, or a break to the downside like this, a very nice and decent pullback, and all the way down to the bottom. All right, so like that. It's as simple as that. However, whatever happens inside this box right here, I'm not interested. I won't be taking it, and I won't be trading it at all. All right, is it at the top here or at the bottom here? That's what I'm looking at. But I would definitely look into what the price action at the breakout before I take a buy or I take a sell, and I will advise every single one of you to also take note of that. And I will also pay very close attention to the updates in the Middle East, okay, to know what is happening, so I can protect my gold trade, because any minute, almost every single minute something happens in the Middle East. So you just have to, every other hour, let's put it that way, not every minute, okay, every other hour, one or two things happen in the Middle East: new development, new war, new missile, new hypersonic missile, new this, new that. It's a lot to handle right now. So pay close attention to it. I will briefly talk about USDCHL because it's ranging, it just broke out. So it's quite simple now. I'm waiting for a pullback. All right, and pullback would either come back here, retest the zone, and use this previously used resistance zone as support, then bounce up, or maybe it's just gonna come all the way back down into the range band, okay, and then off it continue with the range. Okay, if that happens, I'm not interested, and that is why I always say I look out, or I look at the price action right at the top here before I go in and take a trade. I'm not going to jump into a trade because it touches right here. No, I look for candlestick pattern, I look for price action, I go a little bit to the 30-minute time frame to see what is actually happening there. Is there a little bit of a confluence? Is there a little bit of a fight between the buyers and the sellers before I take the trade? I don't just jump into trade like that. I have to be patient, I have to be articulate, and I have to be calm. But if you move back inside here, I am still going to be speculating from afar. I'll be watching USDCHF from afar. that said, we go straight into GJ. So GJ also nothing there yet. Okay, before I can start looking into trading GJ, for now I want to see it for that. I want to see it break above this zone right at the top here, and then off it goes to the top. Okay, so that will be my plan on GJ for now. Right now I'm actually not, I'm more focused on USD JPY than I am on GJ, to be honest with you all. Okay, I'm more focused on USD JPY than I am on GJ. So lastly, we're going to be talking about the almighty Bitcoin. Okay, I want to say BTC. I wanted to say BTC before, but that's a little bit sketchy. So let's go for Bitcoin. Lastly, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I took a short trade. I was actually out. I closed this trade yesterday, which was Sunday. I mean, Saturday, I closed this right there. I was straight out. So looking forward right now, the plan was to see if Bitcoin will actually fall further, but it did not fall. I mean, by falling further, I mean falling further to this zone, this 56,600 zone, or level, so to speak, before continuing the bullish momentum. But right here, as you can see, there was a little bit of a catchment at the bottom here, and the market just seems to be going up by itself. I mean, so what is the plan? There are a couple of fundamentals that kind of causes all of that to happen, and I don't want to get into that because I'm already out of shit. My plan, I've already crossed my plan time for this video, so I'm just gonna talk about the technicals, and then you can check the fundamental out yourself at your free period. All right, so I want to see a better extension to the upside, a pullback, and then off it goes to the top right now. That is the plan. That's the simplest plan I can have on BTC right now, or I do have on BTC right now. And lately, I've actually been getting a very good response to my technical outlook on BTC, and I want to keep testing this out until I am quite confident in the momentum that it builds before I start loading it up on a live account. Okay, I'm saying that publicly. So I would love to see how it goes moving forward. Then we go all in on that one. If at all it didn't go up, and then instead it dropped down, I guess the plan is still the same as the plan drawn right at the bottom here. Okay, the plan is still the same. I will be looking forward to taking a sell trade. I mean, I'll be looking for a sell trade right at the bottom there. Okay, which would possibly lead into me taking a much better buy trade in the nearest future. Okay, so that would be my plan this is my plan on BTC for now. Is that I look for a buy trade, okay, right at the top here, or I look for a sell trade at the bottom here. Whatever happens inside this tiny little place right here, I'm not gonna be venturing into that. Okay, whatever happens inside here, I'm not gonna be venturing into that. So it's either I break below here, pull back nicely, I take a sell, or break above here, pull back nicely, I take a buy. Anything outside of that, I am not interested in BTC at all. And that said, that is the end. That's the wrap on today's analysis. Okay, I'll see you during the midweek where I'll be posting some more videos on how all of this setup play out. Before then, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye for now.